Hi and welcome to the channel. My name is Anna Maria and this is the 26th episode I'm doing in a series about the witch trials. And in today's episode I will talk about the Paisley Witches. I will link the other episodes down below. I will remind everyone that the witch trials were brutal, and some of the themes I will take up can be distressing, especially when it comes to punishments for the accused. So warning for the episode. This took place in Paisley in Scotland in 1697, and there were 7 people found guilty of witchcraft. It started in 1696 with an 11-year-old girl called Christian Shaw. She was from a well-off family with servants. And one day Christian saw one of the servants, Catherine, steal some milk. Christian told her mom, and Catherine cursed the girl over this. A few days later, Christian came in contact with a woman called Agnes that was allegedly a witch. And Christian became very ill after this, and after 8 weeks her parents took her to a doctor. He couldn't find anything wrong with her, and Christian seemed better. But after 8 days, she became violently ill again and started to having fits. She was pulling things out of her mouth like coal and gravel and hairballs and said it was the witches that did it. Doctors couldn't help her, so her family took her to a parish minister that presumed that she must be possessed and that the witches were causing her pain. Christian had to go through weekly fasts and prayers to get better, and her father demanded that the witches should be held accountable. Christian accused 35 people in the end, and among them were Catherine Campbell, who was the servant, and Agnes Naismith that Christian met before she fell ill. It was a commission that had to decide what would happen. And they took in 7 people in 1697, 4 women, 1 man and 2 boys, that were charged for tormenting and murder. They had a spokesman that tried to say that maybe there was some natural causes behind Christian's condition, and that everything should be ruled out before a decision. The doctor that the family had turned to more than once gave evidence that he couldn't find anything wrong with Christian. And a minister gave a sermon in which he said that he could find the witches' marks on the accused. The jury was threatened that if they acquitted this case, they would also be a part of the murders and the tormenting that the 7 were accused of. The man, James Reed, committed suicide in prison, and the other 6 were executed by hanging and then burnt. The boys were 11 and 14 when they were executed. And before the women were executed, they had a lot to say. Catherine shouted for the wrath of the devil on her accusers, and Agnes laid down a curse on everyone there and their children. So everything bad that happened in the town after this was blamed on that curse. Another woman, Margaret, appeared insane and started to talk about fairies and elves. And the last woman, also called Margaret, said that she had liaisons with the devil in the past, but she was now a woman of God. And that was all for this episode about the Paisley Witches. In the next episode, I will talk about the Northern Moravia witch trials. If you like this episode, please like, comment and subscribe. It will help out the channel a lot. And I will see you in the next one.